Now, as I said, contemplating what I wanted to do for this edition of Currently Inked for October, something popped in my brain that I just couldn't let go of. And I was on a mission to find the colors that matched exactly. Hey there, it's Grace. Welcome back. Welcome if you are new. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, I want to invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you might as well go ahead and hit the like button too, because I've got some good stuff to show you. And thank you. Now, this edition of October Currently Inked, I'm calling Season of Colors. At first, when I thought about what pens and inks I wanted to pair up, my mind was initially just a jumble of thoughts, but one idea kept coming back to me. One idea. So, this month is inspired by the colors of autumn, or fall for those of us who call it fall. For the inks, by the way, not the pens. So in the last 18-ish months, I've been recording Currently Inked. I haven't done one inspired by this theme, which surprised the heck out of me, because seriously, really? And I wanted to choose inks colors that most closely represented the changing leaves that I love to see at this time of year. So yup, it's all about the leaves. I mean, look at these colors. Unlike spring that blooms all shades of green, autumnal colors are like variation of these 4 or 5 colors: orange, red, green, yellow, and brown. I adore this palette. Let's get to the overhead so we can see these colors in action. You and me, let's go there. I felt like a scientist this time around, comparing different shades of these 5 different colors that really best matched what I saw in my mind's eye as the colors of fall. I hope you like them too. Alrighty, first up is, now remember, the pens have nothing to do with the choices for seasons. Let me say that. First up is, you know what, let me do the ink. Let me put down the ink first, and then I'll write in. First up is red, and the red that I found, it actually had this ink in the back of my ink drawer. I'm still not sure why. I was looking for it and thinking, I know I have this red. This might work, and lo and behold, in the bottom of my ink drawer, there it was. In the back of my ink drawer, there it was. And that ink is Robert Oster Fire Engine Red. I think this best represents. So we'll start with this one. This ink reminds me of the flaming red leaves you see on trees this time of year. And it is, I think it's just so beautiful. Let's get this color down. Yeah, we'll do that. Now the pen I originally signed to do this this color was my TWSBI Eco Indigo Blue, but it made large splotches of color when I wrote with it, and I thought, okay, I really do need to change that. I can't have that be the same thing. Oh, I can do that. I can, before I spill this. So instead, I changed the pen to, this is my JINHAO X450. It has a medium nib on it. And I've been drawn to inks like this for the last, reds I'm talking about, for the last like 6 months. It's so weird. This is, look at that color. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. This pen, as I said, has a medium nib. That red is just gorgeous. I'm gonna actually come in a little more as I do this work, because we don't need to see all that stuff. Alrighty, so that's the JINHAO X450 with, oh, I know what I forgot to do. Well, that sucks. I forgot to write the name of the color. That's just duh. Okay, let's put this one up here. Medium. And the color is... duh. Alrighty, so that's the JINHAO with the Robert Oster Fire Engine Red. The next pen up is one of my favorite pens just to hold, but the ink in that pen is, I got this ink in as a bunch of swatches samples in a while ago, and I really kind of liked it. I'm not a fan necessarily of NOODLER'S ink. This one is called Southwest Sunset. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful orange. So that's the next color up. It's a perfect color for fall. Kind of looks like a yellowy golden. It has a shades of yellow in it, but it's more orange than yellow, which is the thing that I like about it. And it is inked up in my Radius Setimo Cielo blue. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just love twirling this pen. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this has, oh, I know what this has. This has a flex fine nib, and the ink is wow, ran out of space there. NOODLER'S Southwest Sunset. Might have to write that again because I know what it means, but anyway. So that's the next pen up for October. The next color is green. I was trying to find the right shade of green and was kind of getting nowhere. I have a lot of greens. If you know through 30 inks, the basket of greens and blues were the most. Then I remembered I had this green, and I wasn't sure I would have enough, but I had just enough. As you can see, there's still ink there. This is Pilot Iroshizuku Chiki-rin. I had just enough for one fill, and then probably another one. Hopefully I have enough for another one. Let's get this color down. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting to do already. Keep forgetting to put a card down. Oh well. I probably got oil all over the thing. The pen for this particular color is, I remembered that I hadn't used this one in a long time, which is interesting because one of the last times I remember using it was last year's October Currently Inked, where I had that JINHAO experiment with all the JINHAOs. That's when I got this actual pen, and I remember it's such a beautiful looking pen. This is the JINHAO X159. I also wanted to use a pen with a nib that didn't make this ink look heavy. Even though it's a light color, I just didn't want it to be heavy. So I think this does a good job of doing that. I love the shading that it does, and this is a fine nib. I love the shading that happens in this pen, and the ink is such a fine, delicate color, I think. And I think in this, it works quite well. We're kind of liking that. The next color up is actually yellow. And some of you may know, I've had issues with yellow before. And doing 30 inks, I figured out, oh, you know what? Instead of yellow, go with gold. So a golden color, golden yellow. And that works perfectly for fall colors. And I tested out 4 or 5 inks, because I would tell you, I felt like a scientist this whole time. I tested out scribbling, swatching 4 or 5 inks until I finally remembered, oh, I know which one could work. And that one is Birmingham Pen Company Root Cellar. Perfect, perfect color. I think it is the right shade that I'm looking for, that I was looking for to showcase the fall color. And I know it's coming off brown here, but it really does read, wow. I gotta show you, that is weird. This is, maybe it's because of look at this water. This water turned like a shade of neon green. Weird. Anyway, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make sure that flows this way. You know, when it's sitting all the way over there. See how it, oh, I know why it's doing that. Let's see if I put a pen in there to stop flowing. Okay. The pen that I am going to use for this particular color, Root Cellar, which is it's such a beautiful shade of golden yellow, which fits, right? This color fits as a fall color. This is my, what is this? Narwhal Horizon Aurora. This was my first ever pen show pen purchase. Say that 3 times fast. And I intentionally chose, this has a medium nib in it, and I intentionally chose a larger nib for this one because of the light color yellow or the golden. So I think it'll show up perfectly with this particular nib. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So we have Narwhal Aurora with a medium nib and Birmingham Pen Company Root Cellar as the ink. Alrighty, 2 more. And the ink I chose, because brown, I had trouble finding the brown. First, the browns were way too brown, like dark walnutty. That's not what I wanted for this color, these colors. And then some of them were just too tan or too beige. And I needed something to kind of go in between those two. And I want to show you the 2 that I chose. One of them was the color that I'm going to show you, but I want to show you the first one. This is Vinta Panama. And I was looking at this shade here and here, the writing. I love the shading. And if you notice, I'm going to just move that up. These 2 look practically the same. This one is just a tiny bit darker. But if you'll notice when I do this, the writing is a bit lighter, and that the writing is the color that I'm after for this season. I think I was hemming and hawing between these 2 and eventually went with this one, which is IWI, Colors of Nature. This is their white White Dew. That's the name of it. I just love that color. Alrighty, let's get that one down on paper. Alrighty. It's interesting how the swatch colors are looking the same, but they are so definitely different. The pen that I will be using is my one and only Cellar pen. This is the only one I own. This is the Cellar Shikiori Sansui series from the Cellar Shikiori Sansui series. Blah. And this is the Kamoshika. And from the unboxing, the pen name is called, the color of the pen name is called the Kamoshika. It means goat antelope. So there you go. Anyway, this is the pen. It has a medium fine nib, and I'm looking forward to it showcasing this ink with this pen. And you can hear one of the reasons why Cellar pens are not my cup of tea generally necessary is because of that feedback you're hearing. This is Shikiori Sansui. Series. Shika. And this is the medium fine nib. The ink is, here we go, IWT. Oh my gosh, that's such a long name. IWT, Colors of Nature White Dew. And it's inked in my Cellar Shikiori Kamoshika pen. And the last one, oh, I need to have that there. The last pen with inked up, because you know I just do 6. I'll only do 6. I should put this back on. We won't have any spillage. I do have one more pen and one more ink. As you know, I generally ink up 6 at a time. I don't know if I'll be inking up more because I wanted this new thing that I'm trying, using 6 set of pens, 6 pairings for 2 weeks at a time, and just going with that. So the last pen and ink I have is, I wanted a deep green. Now this is part of the colors of some of the leaves that are showing, but the other color that I picked is KLINGNER's Alt-Goldgrün. I love saying that word. This will show the variation in the greens that are available this time of year. It's a beautiful orangey, not orange, duh. Olivey, that's what I wanted to say. Wrong O word. Olivey green. And it's showcased in the pen that I'm choosing to use is this one. This is actually a new-ish pen. I did not do an unboxing for it at the time that I got it. It was like a impulse buy. This is my JINHAO 9019. But one thing why I wanted to get it is it has, I wonder if I can get you to see. See right there, see that heart? It has a heartbeat nib. So very cool. I just love the look of it. I have one of these already in a red, transparent red, but I thought this is probably the closest thing of all these pens that is closest to the seasonal colors. I'm not trying to do that, but here we go. I love how the beautiful shading with it, and because it's a fine nib, this ink won't overpower any writing I have. Alt-Goldgrün, such a gorgeous. On this one, I wish more of that yellow had shown up. because the yellow is the undertones of the yellow. I'm gonna try something really simple right now. 1 second. Alrighty, so those are the 6 pens I have inked up for the month of October. On this paper, I'm not liking that that's showing up brown on the sample. It showed up yellow, quite yellow. If you look at these two, that's showing up really yellow, and this one is showing up brown. But you wouldn't think those were the two. Let's do that. That is supposed to be that, and that is that. Interesting. We might be changing some stuff here. That's okay. Anyway, this is the lineup for currently inked for October. I want to tell you about a couple of things. First of all, when the ink, as usual, when the ink dries out of my pen, I will choose whether I want to ink it up again or add in a different pen for the latter part of October. And I do want to tell you about the video I have coming up that is all about the value rating. I don't know if you've seen any of my unboxings. I use a value rating, a 6-part evaluation rating, and I never put the value in there. The value I think of the pen, I usually do that after a long time of usage. Look for that video coming up soon. And the reason I say that is because this Cellar pen is in the lineup. That's going to be valued. So yeah, that's the pens for this. That's the pen and ink pairings for currently inked for October. Tell me, which one is your favorite pairing? The two, after writing all of here. And are you a lover of this season? And if not, which season is your favorite? I love all the colors that are put on display this time of year. It is plus. It's jacket coat time. I just love wearing jackets, and living in the Bahamas, you don't get to wear jackets. For a person who loves wearing jackets, this is the season for me. And of course, you get to wear boots, and you don't need to wear boots in the Bahamas. There you go. Anyway, like Nate says, please consider booping that like button and subscribe button, because, it helps YouTube know that Grace videos are a thing to watch, and then pushes it out to more people like you. Alrighty, that's it. That's it for now. October currently inked in the bag.